Well, she's a critically acclaimed author and a professor at the University of Kentucky. I talked to Crystal Wilkinson about her latest honor for the Birds of Opulence and Perfect Black, which is set to be released in August.
You have a book, The Birds of Opulence, that actually came out a few years ago, but now you have been chosen for something that will allow you to take this to an even bigger audience. Talk about this new partnership.
Yes, Kentucky Humanities has chosen Birds of Opulence as the Kentucky Read for 2021. So I'm really excited. What that means is that a lot of people across the state will have an opportunity to interact with the book in discussion. Institutions, libraries, schools. So I'm really, really excited about it.
The book tackles a subject that isn't comfortable for some people, but I feel like this is such an important discussion that we need to be having. So what was your inspiration for the Birds of Opulence and why you wanted to tell this particular story?
Well, I'm originally from Casey County, and I think that small towns and rural areas, particularly in the Appalachian region, around the state and really across the country, don't talk about mental illness. And there has been mental illness in my family, and I wanted to put a character in their rural home. Opulence, Kentucky is where the book is set. And so I wanted to have a community and have several families grappling with mental illness in some ways. Because it was sort of natural to me to write about it because it's happened in my family, but also to sort of create a conversation so that readers would find a way through these characters to begin to discuss perhaps things in their own families.
And now people will be able to have these discussions with you virtually, albeit, but through this project.
Yes, I'm really pleased. The Kentucky Humanities has set up a set of scholars. I think there's 25 scholars on the website that will come and help lead the discussions if you don't want to lead them on your own. And so I'm really excited about that there's that interactive tool to it, and groups are able to pay a $50 fee and get 15 copies of the book, which is great because I think they're in paperback, they're about $19 or $20 a piece. So to pay the $50 booking fee and to be able to get 15 copies for your group is really exciting.
And speaking of exciting, you have a new book that is coming out in 2021. Tell us about that.
Yes, I have always been a poet, been a member of the Appalachian Poets for years. And but although some of my poems have been published individually, I haven't had my own collection of poetry. So Perfect Black is a collection of poetry that sort of talks about my childhood, all the way up through my adulthood, growing up in rural Kentucky as a Black woman. And it comes out in August of 2020 from the University Press of Kentucky. So
how can people keep up with you and follow everything that is to come?
You can come on to my website, which is just my name. It's crystalewilkinson.net, and see all of my events. I'm doing lots of virtual events, lots of workshops sort of in between my teaching at UK. So you can follow me that way. And on social media. I'm on social media as well.
Crystal, thank you so much for your time today. We wish you the best in 2021.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.